me to start the timer.
Sorry, go ahead and start it. Okay, clap, clap, clap on set. Yo, yo, yo!
One more time.
One more time.
One more time.
Fellas, ladies, welcome to the Happy Robbery Podcast, episode 18. Colton is a little tired. He's going to take a little nap while Josh and I have some adult conversations. While we're here and Colton's asleep, I'm going to tell you guys a little secret. You should go on Patreon right now and join the $1 tier. You're going to get all the exclusive podcast content. But if you want even more exclusive content, as well as access to our Discord server, join the $5 Patreon. If you don't have any money, that's okay too. Leave a like on this video. Your support means the world to us. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Post notifications if you haven't already. And go ahead and leave a comment. Tell us what you want us to talk about in the next episode. All right, Colton. You can wake up now. You've been asleep for a few hours. Oh.
Did I hear you guys talking about jorking it till you crumb?
Gronking it, baby gronking it.
Yes, you might have heard something
Baby
like that.
gronking it till I live be done.
I think you dreamt that.
You're not the one to Riz live be done.
So, guys, there's this new scary movie coming out that I'm really excited to see.
It's called Short People. Longlegs.
Longlegs. Have you ever heard of it?
Oh, the one with Nick Cage?
Yeah. Nicolas Cage is the new villain in this horror movie.
It's a horror movie.
And it's called Longlegs.
Long leggings.
Long legs aren't even poisonous like spiders, though. So
Nicolas
they
Cage.
can't bite. So
if they're big enough, if they were really big and their fangs could actually penetrate skin, they would be detrimental to our society.
you're kind of an expert on penetration.
Why do you guys think it's called Longlegs?
I don't know.
I bet he's got long legs.
I think it's because Nicolas Cage might have some long legs.
I've done a little bit of research into the
guess.
plot. Apparently, it's a movie about a satanic cult of some sort and some serial Satanist killer. And
he draws his power from the cult, probably.
And the main character, she's kind of like the Clarice of the movie.
What is that?
FBI agent.
What is Clarice?
You know, you ever seen Silence of the Lambs?
Oh.
So, a lot of people have quoted it as one of the best horror movies they've seen in a long time.
I gotta adjust my.
Okay. Apparently, Nicolas Cage is unrecognizable in this new role.
Thank God.
Yeah, you apparently can't even tell that it's him, which I haven't seen what he looks like in the movie, but I'm going to not spoil it for myself.
Have you guys seen Dream Scenario? I know you have.
No.
Have you seen Dream Scenario?
No.
Wait,
you
what?
have seen Dream Scenario.
What is it?
The one with Nicolas Cage where he's in their dreams. Remember, everyone sees him in his dreams?
Yeah, I did see that movie.
Have you seen it?
No, but Noah was explaining the plot to me.
Okay, so there's this one part. There's this one part in it, right, where she says she was having this dream. This girl was having this dream where it was Nicolas Cage and he was like hiding in the corner of her room, right? Mm-hmm. And remember that shot of him standing in the corner, like in the dark? It looked insane.
Yeah,
it looked so scary.
Yeah,
and I remember watching that and I'm thinking, man, he needs to be in a horror movie.
Mm-hmm. There you have it.
He's in a horror movie now.
Dude, you did that.
I dreamed it.
That was all you.
Yeah.
All you, bro.
Have you guys
glad.
seen...
Shut up.
My bad.
Have I seen what?
Shut up.
No, you can talk.
Have you seen the movie Con Air?
Yeah.
What is that?
Dude, that's one of my favorite movies of all time.
He looks
Tell me
beautiful in that.
What is it about?
He plays
Bunch
a
of convicts, man.
wrongfully convicted convict who's on his way home to be released via airplane, but on the airplane gets hijacked by the rest of the convicts. So he's pretending to be a part of the hijacking, but really he's trying to stop it.
Oh, what?
But it's so funny. He puts
hair.
on like a southern accent that's just not good, and it's so. But honestly, sick movie.
When was it made?
Like the 80s, right?
Yeah,
Or
must
early
have been
90s?
like late 80s, early
No
90s.
way.
Yeah.
Damn, do you know? I haven't seen it.
He was ripped though.
He used to be a f***ing movie star, man.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like he used to be like on top of Hollywood, but now
Didn't he go broke? Like, didn't he buy like a T-Rex head and
I
just
think
a
so.
bunch of bullshit?
I think so. I think he made a lot of bad financial decisions. But the good news is now he's in some movies.
He's back.
Yeah,
He's
he's
back.
back. He's doing it.
He's running the 2020s. He did some indie movies.
Oh yeah, he
and
did.
now he's back.
Dude, Mr. F***ing Tarzan is back too. Brendan
Fraser.
Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, Brandon
Big
Fraser.
fat guy.
The whale.
He played that big fat guy.
Yeah, the
He
whale.
played him really good. I fell asleep during the beginning of that movie, and I woke up at the end, and the last shot I saw was Brendan Fraser taking a step and going, "Oh," and then it faded to white, and then that was it.
Dude
And
died.
I was like, "Oh wow."
Dude died from standing up.
Yeah.
Actually,
So
legit.
fat, he stood up and then he died.
Yeah. Do you guys think that A24 movies are corny?
I don't think they're corny. I think they're a little too weird sometimes.
Like how?
Unnecessarily weird.
Explain.
Like, I don't know. Just you if you've seen any A24 movie, you'd know.
Kind of their thing, though.
Some of them are weird in a good way, and others are maybe just trying a little bit too hard.
Mm-hmm.
And I think early on it was a lot better.
Okay.
Like a movie that comes to mind that I don't like, that I tried to watch, that's an A24 movie. I'm pretty sure it's A24. I really hope it is. Is 8th Grade. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie
I haven't
or
seen
heard
it.
of that movie. Yeah, I'm sure you guys remember the
Is
trailers.
that the one that Bo Burnham wrote?
Yeah, it's the Bo Burnham
I
one.
haven't seen it. Is it because A24 movies are like natural, like they're purposefully off-putting, like
Well,
made in off-putting
obviously they're
style?
off-putting, but I think sometimes they do it too much to the point to where maybe it's just a little corny.
Well, they found something that worked. They went from like a pretty popular indie company. Now they're pretty mainstream.
they are mainstream.
And like, I don't know.
They have some Oscars under their belt.
I watched Planet of the Apes, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, right?
Yeah.
It was whatever.
And what? Excuse me.
I said it was whatever.
Did you see all of them now?
No, I
Have you
didn't see
seen
the
all?
third one.
You didn't watch the third one, and you
No.
watched the fourth one.
Yeah.
Go to
Wait,
hell.
what the is wrong with you? Why would you
Why
go
would
out
you
of
skip the
order?
third one?
Because I got invited to go to the movies.
Dude, you're
Oh my
supposed
God,
to
you're
tell
supposed
them
to watch it
no and
before.
go by yourself
You're supposed to
until you
just
see
watch
it
it
in
before.
order.
You thought it was whatever. You're
It wasn't as good as like the second one.
Oh,
well. The second one's the best one.
yes.
I think it was just as
Noah's
good.
told me himself the second and third movies are both better than the fourth one.
I would disagree.
Wait, what did I
I
say?
think the fourth one's better than the third one.
I said the second one was top tier. The third one was right under that. And then I said, yeah, you're right. I said the fourth one is right under the third. And then I said the first one is like by far the worst, but nowhere near as good as those top three.
Here's what I think. I think they're all great. I'd say the weakest one is the first one, just because it has to lay down all the major plot points,
Because
right?
of James Franco.
James Franco.
James Franco is not that bad in it. Not gonna
watch
lie.
it again.
He's not that. I watched it like 4 times. He's not that bad.
Colton despises
you
James
just don't
Franco.
like James Franco.
I like James Franco. Don't get me wrong. But he's sold.
He's sold.
I don't know. I was quite attached to both characters in that movie. Caesar is home. And so the second movie is, because I think the first one did such a good job at setting everything up, that's what makes the second movie so good.
Yes.
And that's why
Agreed.
you can't have the first one without the second one. Or
Agreed.
you can't, or I guess the other way around. You know what I'm saying? Also, you have to watch the third one before you watch the fourth one. That is just
That's straight sociopathic.
I mean you
Well,
watched
now I know that Caesar.
Well, exactly. Now you're gonna watch the third one, and you're just gonna be like, whatever.
You might as
He
well not
dies
watch it.
anyways. Whatever. But you don't know, like it told you so many important things about the virus, man.
My
I'm
bad.
gonna
There's
put
so
a,
many.
I'm gonna put a placeholder right here in the video. Okay. So on the screen, you're gonna see what you need to skip to avoid this next
Yeah, 'cause
conversation.
we're gonna spoil the shit out of it.
Yeah, I'm going to explain a fan theory that I have about where the 5th and possibly 6th films are going to take us.
That wouldn't be a
Fan
spoiler.
theories. No, it will. You
It
see.
will, because it has to do
spoils
with
the fourth one.
Yeah, the 4th one. So for those of you who didn't click ahead,
You saw the movie.
you saw the 4th one.
Hopefully, you saw all of them. Unlike this guy right here.
Here's what I think, okay? The 4th movie ends on them looking at like the stars and stuff like that. Like it foreshadows hella hard that space travel or like looking at the planets above has something to do with what's coming next.
Right.
But we don't know how. And we see all
and
these.
also you got the shot of Noah like looking at Saturn
Yeah.
and stuff like, yeah.
Which is
he's
like-
looking at the planets.
It's almost like built up as like a pinnacle moment in the movie.
It's like Spore, bro. It's literally like Spore.
Yeah.
Like once they figure out how to go to space, it's like gonna advance. Or once they realize that space is a thing,
Yeah.
they're gonna advance so quick because they're so smart.
So, and it also shows like the little faction of humans like all on their computers and stuff
Which means
in the
there's
operation room.
There's still technology that the apes don't know about.
Yeah, they're
that
like-
they can learn to use.
They're like in a control room of some kind.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
here's my theory, okay, with how the plot could go is think about it. Noah, his name. Biblically, Noah in the Bible was on an ark and saved humanity, right?
the flood.
The ape is named Noah. He doesn't have an ark, but what if he has a spaceship? And what if, because of the original movies, time travel was a big piece of it?
Yep.
What if they go back into time, find Caesar,
Bring him back.
bring him back to restore the
Order to the
The
apes.
order to the apes, yes. Imagine that. And imagine this too. Imagine if it somehow, because think about it like this, the way the apes are kind of like strung out in the fourth movie is it's like they're followers of Koba, like Koba Khans or whatever they're called.
Well, they don't know Koba. They don't know Koba exists though. But the things they follow
Or the ideas of Koba.
are they're Kobas, but it's like the warrior side of Caesar.
Right.
That they misinterpreted.
So
right?
imagine, because obviously Koba's beliefs are so skewed because the order of the apes is all messed up. Imagine if Noah is the ape who restores order, somehow time traveling backwards through space travel,
Right.
to go back to the time where Caesar was just becoming who he is, brings
Right.
him back and
Right.
restores order to the apes. What if somehow, some way,
Koba
sabotages shit, and he gets onto the ship?
And
Yeah,
then-
but
and then
going
they-
backwards is impossible.
traveling back
But they
through time,
could.
bro. But they're really smart apes.
They're smart.
You're telling me, and time travel is already a part of the franchise. So you're telling me they're just gonna miss the opportunity to bring back
I'm
Caesar?
saying going forward through space is possible, but going back is not.
I think
But
they're
what
gonna
if-
go
what
back
if-
through
what if
time.
they do? What
I
if
think
they
it's
do?
gonna turn into a time travel movie. They're gonna get Caesar, and maybe they fuck it up and they go too far back to
Mm-hmm.
where Caesar isn't even like a smart ape, and they have to re-engineer like the stuff that made the apes smart. I think
Dude.
it could turn into, and then they end up creating a virus that comes close to killing off all the apes.
That's true.
they got to
could-
get Franco back.
It could
Oh,
go.
yeah,
Oh my
James
god,
Franco.
Franco's not coming back. There's no way. But
They're gonna
I
write
think-
him out of that.
I think it's a missed opportunity if they don't turn this franchise into like a time travel movie. At least one of the movies has to be a time travel movie.
No, definitely.
And if they're dealing with time travel, there's no way they're gonna miss the opportunity to bring back Caesar. That would just be way too much money. That they're gonna make so much money if they bring back Caesar. And if they're bringing back Caesar, they're bringing back Koba because he's like one of the best villains like
I
ever.
fuck with Koba.
Koba was extremely smart.
Yeah.
He was pretty much as smart as Caesar, but he just wasn't
He
as
was
good
more
of a
vengeful.
leader. Yeah, he wasn't as good of a leader.
Yeah.
So all the apes that follow Proximus Caesar, like the fucked up version, they would just be Koba followers though.
That's
Like,
right.
If they knew who Caesar really was, they would just follow Koba.
Exactly.
So
Because there is an ape that's exalted as like Caesar,
Right.
in the fourth movie,
Right.
but isn't.
because
And
Proximus means like closest to.
yeah, and
So
he
they're-
resembles a lot of characteristics of Koba. So
Yeah.
obviously Koba lives on through misinterpreted messages of what Caesar stood
Exactly,
for. So
exactly.
I can definitely see Koba coming back at the very least.
I think so. I think it's gonna be another war,
Yeah.
and it'll probably it'll probably be one crazy cliffhanger on the fifth movie, and then maybe another war in the sixth movie.
One thing that I just would never, ever, 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 ever see happening is the humans winning.
No, they're
They
not
would
gonna
never fucking win, dude.
They're not gonna win.
No.
You know what I did really like about the fourth movie is that I guess the whole series is about this, but even after the apes take over, humans and apes still like can't trust each other.
No,
at
I
all.
love that.
Yeah,
I
they
love that
never
did that.
compromise. They never like make peace. They never like have an
The
understanding.
very last scene, maybe not the very last, but the girl goes back to Noah.
Yeah.
And she's got the fucking
the gun
Glock
behind
behind
her
her back.
Dude, yeah, because she's so set on her mission.
Well, yeah, and it's
that
also
no one
like,
knew about.
I mean, the apes literally took over the world, so there's no convincing a human that
But
they're good.
The apes continue to trust humans because they can see the
'Cause of Caesar's
positivity in
message.
them. Yeah. Dude, that's so wild.
It's like you could literally agree with both sides.
Well, humans are the bad guys.
yeah, they are.
yeah.
I mean, let me ask you this insane question. If this actually happened for real, is the movie doing us justice as a realistic interpretation of how things would probably happen between humans and apes?
I mean, that's an impossible question.
I mean,
know.
I mean, clearly we're putting up some kind of fight, right? But I think realistically, it probably something like nuclear war
Nuclear
to wipe
war.
out the apes.
apes don't have nukes, though.
We probably get no. I'm saying like the U.S. would probably get nuked just to take out the apes, or we would nuke the surrounding states like San Francisco.
But the
and all
main
that.
problem is the virus.
right?
Could it kill us off?
It almost did.
It
Well,
almost did
people
in the
developed
movie.
immunity. People developed immunity to it, though.
Yes.
But in the third movie, you learn that it takes away your ability to speak. So that's why.
I thought that was just because of fucking. I mean, humans were so displaced; they were basically just animals again.
No, it's because the virus actually fucks your brain up to the point to where like you
because
digress.
his dad, when
didn't
he was
get that.
exposed to it in the
Or you
first
regress.
movie, he had like really good memory for a bit. His Alzheimer's went away, but then he started having
it-
adverse
it made him
consequences
like, delusional.
like it went away. His memory got worse. Like he probably died.
So in the third movie, you learn that that's why the humans are putting up such a huge fight is because of this virus wins or whatever. These apes take over fully.
'Cause remember
the
the-
humans are literally turning into animals.
Remember the
again.
main guy, like the human in the third movie? He loses his ability to speak.
He
at the
never
end.
saw the third movie.
Oh fuck!
That's what I'm saying. That's why he doesn't know it. That's why he doesn't know it. That's why you got to see the movie.
Then how come there was the whole society of humans in the fourth movie that
'Cause they're
can
immune.
talk?
Well, if you had watched the third movie,
they've clearly developed something, right? They've advanced. That's why we don't have those questions answered yet. But that's why it's such a good cliffhanger because you're like, how are there this many humans alive still? How have they not all died and starved? Why is she able to walk around and talk, and all this stuff? That's why the apes are so surprised.
is there a fucking Planet of the Apes video game?
There was. It's like a it's like the Walking Dead video game. It's like your decisions have
Consequences.
yeah. I don't remember if it was good.
It has 6 out of 10 stars. It's
It's not
$20.
terrible. It doesn't sound
Guys.
terrible.
I got the PS2 up and running.
Oh,
shit.
yeah, baby. Yeah.
A lot of my favorite games don't work.
I was
Battlefront
about to say.
doesn't work
Oh,
anymore.
because of the servers.
No, because the disc is all fucked up.
Oh.
I haven't put in Spider-Man 2 yet.
Okay, maybe that'll work.
I'm honestly scared to put it in because if it doesn't work,
That's what she
2 episodes ago, we were talking about Crackdown.
said.
Crackdown was that. I had that on 360 though.
Yeah, Crackdown and Crackdown 2 are I think 360 games. Yeah.
And then, well, yeah, this isn't a PS2 game either, but Prototype 2.
Prototype's cool.
Prototype is like I don't know why there was never a third one because the second one was so good.
Yeah.
Did y'all ever fuck with the Sly Cooper,
I
No.
never played
the
it.
Thievius Raccoonus?
No.
Well, never mind.
You
I've
ever,
been busting that out lately.
You ever fucked with Dreamlight Valley?
No.
No? Dude, you gotta tap in.
So I still need convincing on this Dreamlight Valley. I guess I'll play it and see how it goes.
I'll explain it to you. I can tell if I explain it to you, you're immediately going to be locked in. You're going to
And
want to play it immediately.
And then once you see what it looks like, you will immediately not want to play
You
it.
ready? You're going to be so excited. You ready? It's a Disney game, and it's like Skyrim. You are a avatar character, okay? So you make your own character, and then you talk to Mickey Mouse, you talk to Goofy, you talk to Ratatouille, Remy. You get to cook with Remy. You get to unlock Dreamlight. And when you unlock enough Dreamlight, you unlock different worlds. So you can unlock the Monsters Inc. land.
Shit.
You can unlock Toy Story World.
No.
And you can play with a friend. So if you have a buddy on PS Live or whatever it's called, you guys can join the game together and play through the story missions, or you could do the side quests like Skyrim.
But what is like?
Are you
the
being
quest,
serious?
What
That
are
is
the,
fun.
What are the? He likes it. What
I'm
are
not
the
even
quests
gonna cap.
consist of?
I thought the game was stupid, and I was like, all right, my girl got the game, okay? So she played a shit ton on my PlayStation. I'm like, babe, can I have my PlayStation back? I've watched enough of her playing at this point that I've been like helping her out doing certain things, and now I like it. Now I'm like, wouldn't it be funny if we streamed playing a fucking Disney game? I think it's
You
so
know,
Yeah,
funny.
I'm down to play it.
We should stream us trying to play that Tied Together game.
Oh yes,
Oh, yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah.
I know what
That'd
you're
be
talking
I
fun.
need
about.
to try that. The three of us could bust that out.
Yeah,
Bust it out.
that would be an interesting playthrough. We'd probably fuck it up.
Yeah, I doubt we get far at all. But I do want to
But it'd
play
be
it.
worth
And I need
it.
someone to play it with.
It's
All
like
right.
it's like those rage bait games, but co-op. It's like the perfect concept.
I have a PlayStation 2 emulator on my PC, so I've been playing.
Don't you need an actual PS2 to emulate? Dude,
No.
Send me the fucking link. 'Cause
Yeah.
I was trying to find one.
It's like a YouTube video. You just watch a tutorial.
And then you can play like literally any game.
I
I
was-
got the fucking PSX2 or whatever.
That's what it
and
is.
It's when I downloaded it says you need an actual PS2.
No, you don't. You need to get the people them, so it's illegal. But I was playing Spider-Man 2 on the
Hard.
PC and shit was. I
it
played the
hold up?
whole thing, dude.
Really?
Oh, so fun, dude. And then I got Revenge of the Flying Dutchman, the SpongeBob OG SpongeBob game.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was so fun, dude. I didn't get cracked down on it obviously because it's PS2 stuff, but I mean, you can still play all kinds of stuff on there. You gotta tap in, dude.
gotta tap into
I've
this
been
real
trying to
fast.
play Prototype 2 on the PC, but it's just such a terrible.
Port.
It just like doesn't run on like anything other than Windows 7. You know what I mean? So I try to play it and it's just like complete dog shit.
Yeah, I mean, there's only two games that we've talked about every single episode that we're looking forward to playing that are coming out soon. The freaking GTA 6, obviously, and Black Ops 6, all that other
Black
crap.
Ops 6, I am beyond excited for. I'm more excited for Black Ops 6 than GTA 6.
Yeah.
I will probably end up playing Black Ops 6 more than GTA 6, just because the hold that zombies has on me.
Yeah,
I could put hours and hours into that game.
I'm interested to see how omnidirectional movement works.
It's probably for zombies. It's probably gonna be really useful.
Yeah.
Just thinking about like being able to, when you're training, running backwards while you're looking at them. You know, you've never been able to do that. If you wanted to sprint, you have to look forward and then go around. But being able to watch the zombies as you're running back and running like side to side, training them.
I
that's
can't
gonna
wrap my
make
mind
so much-
around it.
It's gonna make it so much easier and like, I don't know, just.
all right.
I just think for like speed running too, I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm literally just gonna try to get as good as possible at zombies.
Yeah.
That way, if there's ever a competitive zombies league,
Oh my god, ranked zombies.
I'm playing that.
Ranked zombies would be interesting. Realistically, do you think the zombies franchise is ever going to end? Do you think our kids are going to be playing zombies?
know.
Are
I
you going to
would
let
hope
your
so.
kids play zombies? Is that going to be one of the first games you
Start
let
them
them
off
play?
World at War.
World at War.
That's
Dude,
your
there's
first
just too
one.
many mechanics now. I'm glad they're bringing back Gobblegums, but as soon as they
Yeah.
started adding like all the work tables and shit, I'm like,
Yeah, I know. Like the rarity, the weapon rarity stuff, I really don't like. I really think that like kills the entire point of the mystery box. Like,
yeah.
if you can choose your weapon from the jump, there's no incentive to hit the box.
I agree.
Unless you're trying to get a wonder weapon, but even then, like, you don't need to hit the box till like round 25, round 30.
Yeah.
Because you're not even gonna get it.
Well, this brings us into a much deeper conversation because, you know, we're talking about how zombies will probably get worse and worse with time and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And our kids are going to be playing like, you know, zombies, but zombies in like 2037
Yeah.
or something like that. What is the age where you're going to let your kids play like an M-rated game or what are you starting them off with?
Depends why it's rated M.
If it's like,
Yeah.
Dad, I really want to play an M-rated game or whatever, and I want to play.
If he's telling me he wants to play it, I'll
GTA
probably let
8.
him play it.
There are filters though, even if you are that serious about it, you can turn off blood and
Yeah.
that sort
I'd just
of
be
shit.
like, let me do some research, and then I want to watch you play it because that'd
Yeah.
be cool.
Yeah.
But also, let me make sure, like, if it's something like too much, like I'll have to grab the controller and just like get through that part. Then you can play whatever else.
Are you gonna let them watch? Like, are you gonna be protective over what movies they watch and like what games they play? Like, if they're gonna
To a point.
huh?
To a point.
Yeah, I think it just depends. It all depends on what it is. Like something like Terrifier 2. Like I wouldn't let my little son or a little daughter watch that. Like you would have to be like able to handle it a lot to watch that because it's just really fucked up.
Yeah.
There's certain things like definitely like a kid should not be seeing at a certain age. Like you know, the kid's not gonna watch the fucking Hangover when he's 5. Right?
But are you gonna care package your kids with the essentials? Like, are you
Gotta
gonna
get 'em
start your kid off with the original SpongeBob?
Yeah, exactly.
Start your kid off with the original Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
Not gonna want to watch that shit, bro.
No,
they're gonna have to.
They're
They're gonna
ha-
grow
they're
up
not gonna have a
watching it.
choice.
Yeah, you don't have a fucking choice.
Are you gonna rather them watch like YouTube Kids all day on their iPad?
No, I'm
Same.
actually very against getting them iPads and phones
Yeah,
and shit.
yeah,
no
no.
shot I'm doing that.
I think, and I was kind of having this similar conversation with Kaylin and my mom. When it comes down to like the phone thing, I like want them to kind of start to where they build trust with me as a parent. So, for example, when I was little, I started with the little, not even a flip phone. It was like the butterfly phone that you push one button for home, one button for mom and dad, and that's it. I couldn't text with anybody. All my friends were able to like flip phone, text with each other, but I couldn't. And my mom was like, tough shit. But if you show me that you can be trusted and be a good boy with all the other privileges you have, then you'll get a flip phone. You know what I mean?
You like upgrade.
Yeah.
You work your way up.
I think it's like a matter of like, you can't, because I could sit here and say like, okay, by the time my kid's in high school, then I'll give him an iPhone or whatever, right? But if I have a good relationship with my kid and he's developed or she's developed enough trust with me to be able to handle the privilege of having an iPhone, maybe they could get it sooner than high school.
Yeah, I
but
mean,
not like freaking 8 years old.
I mean, just thinking about me. I mean, I was playing M-rated games at like 5.
Yep.
And I was, I had a phone.
It's partially Noah's fault.
Well,
I had
think about it like this.
But I'm fine.
If you have your 2 kiddos and they have a 5-year age gap between them, then the problem that comes from letting one kid do one thing is the other one is now not included with anything for the other kid if you don't allow them to be involved with it.
Right.
So it's almost by default that when you give someone permission to be able to do, you give your oldest permission to do something, by default, you kind of have to know that the younger kid is either going to do it without permission with them, or you're going to make the decision to allow them both to do it.
Definitely gonna be curious about it, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. I think getting them an iPad or something like that. Like, fuck that shit. If you want to watch something, watch it on the TV, right?
Yeah.
If we're out and we're eating, I'm not gonna give you a phone so you'll shut the fuck up. You're gonna have to learn to shut the fuck up on your own.
Exactly.
And I think
without a phone.
that'll be one of those things that your kid might be pissed at you for while they're still a kid,
but they're
they'll
not
probably
supposed to
thank
be
you
your
for it
friend.
Yeah,
later.
they're
you know?
like, you don't understand. Like, you won't understand yet. Like,
Yeah, they're
There's
not
even
supposed to
shit
like
that
you.
my parents didn't let me do, and I'm like, I'm glad you didn't let me do that.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
exactly. Because it's I don't know. It's just like, like, okay, if there's an app like you really fucking like on my phone, like, I understand. Like, my mom, like, I would download like Kick the Buddy or Jetpack Joyride on her phone.
I remember
and, like,
that.
I love that shit. I'd be like, Mom, can I play that app on your phone?
Yeah,
And she'd
games
be
on
like,
your phone.
She'd be like, yeah. So, like, I understand that. But, like, if we're eating or something and you're just, like, not talking and you're literally just, like, playing on my phone, like, that's going to piss me off.
Well, I think it's a bigger concept of like, and it doesn't matter really what the privilege is, if it's having a computer or having an iPhone or, playing an M-rated game or watching a PG-13 movie.
Right.
It's like you need to set a standard for your household to where your kid feels like he has to earn the trust and the privilege of being able to like experience the unlocked levels in their life.
Right. Make it feel like they're prestiging and shit.
Make it feel like they're prestiging, they're leveling up, they're getting a class number 5 or 6 in their prestige mode.
Yeah, like you unlocked create a class.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong. I mean, your kid will probably fucking hate you if they still exist at the time. But like, I don't think there's anything wrong with getting your kid like a flip phone as their first phone.
Right.
Even though all their
Yeah.
friends might have iPhones.
Yeah,
and all that
I mean,
bullshit.
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like, it's like this. They're going to be pissed at you, but you're not meant to be their best buddy.
Yeah.
You're their parent. You're responsible for making sure they're shaped into the best person possible at the end of it, with the least amount of emotional baggage and all that kind of stuff.
I would tell my kid, I'm like, listen, you're gonna be like way smarter than all these kids, because they all have these iPhones. They're stuck on it all day. They don't even talk. Like
Right.
they don't even.
Right.
They don't
not
understand.
developing social
They don't
skills.
understand what it's like to hold a conversation with adults.
And if they have phones, you can tell them like, look, you don't get a fucking phone yet, but go play on your friend's phone if you want it that fucking bad. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, you have to know that, like, if they're all in school, they're going to recess. You know what I mean? They're gonna
Yeah.
play games on their other friend's phone if they don't have an iPhone. You
I
know
would
what I mean?
hope that recess is still like.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine what recess is like now. I'm
Yeah.
sure it's. I'm sure it's
Kids
bad,
are smoking
bro.
weed and shit.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
sure it's like just people. I mean, do they play on the fucking playground, or are they just on their phones? Like,
No, I don't know.
what is it like in elementary school now?
I mean,
go play tackle football on the grass,
Because
loser.
I didn't give I like forgot I had a phone when it was recess time. Like I didn't give
Yeah.
a fuck, you know.
Well,
I
it's
was
a
at a
different
recess
time.
before I
Unless
had a
someone
phone.
called or texted me. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's
no,
like-
it was a totally different time. I mean,
Yeah.
I would obviously encourage my kids to, at a younger age, be outside if they ever even had the idea in their head that they wanted to watch YouTube Kids. I'd be like, I'm getting them outside for the next several weeks.
I mean, I would pray that like that it's a school where you turn in your phone, at least in elementary school. You
Yeah.
turn in your phone, and then at the end of the day you get it, or at lunch you get it, or something.
I mean, do you
right?
feel like?
Because
I mean, obviously, I know the answer to it, but to what extent does social media and access to the internet for a young kid, what kind of psychological damage and how long do you think that would continue for like most people,
I don't know.
or most that grow
don't
into
know.
adults or whatever?
Just,
I mean,
it probably just. I mean, I don't know. I feel like if the effects of it are pretty bad, because it just makes you self-conscious. That's like the main thing I feel like you worry about with social media growing up on it. I don't know. It makes you self-conscious.
I'd say desensitization.
Well, yeah, and
Just
like
watch a dude blow his head off
Yeah.
on Instagram randomly on accident.
it gives you a skewed view of reality and how the real world works, because it's advertised to you constantly that all these other people have such amazing lives, and
Yeah.
you're living the life that you're kind of dealt these cards.
Yeah.
And say, for example, your family doesn't have the best financial situation. You see these other kids online with these YouTube families with mega houses and G-Wagons.
And you know a thing or two about YouTube families.
yeah, it can make you a little envious of others, like very quick to like envy someone else.
But also, it's like these like adult concepts are introduced to you too early.
And especially like just with like, I mean, I don't know what it's gonna be like when I have kids, but right now it's bad with the thoughts on social media. There's just thoughts everywhere.
Yeah.
And you could be following a meme page. Like your kid could be like, oh, I like this meme page. It's
I like this
funny."
page because it has funny memes.
And there's ass and tits in your face. And there's
Unsolicited.
nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, nothing
There's
you can
nothing
do.
you can do about it.
You know, I mean, this is probably a better alternative to that. But I was over 4th of July weekend. I was talking to like my uncle who's like 40 and my dad who's in his 60s and all that. And they're like, people used to have way more sex back in the day simply because there was nothing else to do.
Right.
Yeah.
And now we can just like jerk off, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I also think that like drug use back then was way different than it is today, because and I don't want to speak for my mom, but when it comes down to like her teen years and like getting fucked up and going to bars and like getting fake IDs and like going to Mexico and like coming back, you know what I mean? Like it was such more relaxed, and like so many more people like just like did drugs like socially like way more than I really feel like today. You know what I mean? Nowadays it's like the drug is like the drug is like fitting in. The drug is like social media. The drug is like all this fake shit, entertainment stuff on your phone or out in the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like a sense of belonging is like so much more important that you have to label yourself a certain way to fit in with whoever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't see. I mean, it's just different. It's just way, way different.
Yeah, I think social media has changed a lot.
Yeah, there's it's a weirder sense of not knowing who you are anymore.
Well, and comparing your, I mean, it's the two sides of the same coin. Like, you don't know who you are because you're comparing yourself to other people because you want to be someone else.
Right, right.
And you know, like the whole, I mean, I've thought about this deeply. Like, what is the purpose of life in general? Well, it's the opposite of being alone in a big universe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, you know, it's almost, if you think about it from a big picture perspective of our planet and the rest of the solar system and the other planets and life out there, we're one small piece of a bigger picture. Right. And the reason why life exists altogether is not so that we could be alone, so that we could all belong. We could all be together. We could all be one, really.
Yeah.
So it's like, there's such a, everyone wants to belong so bad that they don't know who they are and shit is like the problem I really see. Like, who you fit in with when you're in middle school is not going to be who you're going to fit in with when you're our age.
Right.
At all.
I don't know. It's just something about being a kid that's like,
it's tougher.
I don't know. I mean, but it's so fucking fun. So anything that's going to take away from that, from my kid, like feeling like a kid, I don't want that to happen.
Yeah, and
but
my
it's
mom,
inevitable.
My mom tried to. I talked about this episodes ago, but I want to say it again because I feel like it's so important, especially for any. Hopefully, there's no super young viewers out there watching this because of what we talk about. But for example, my mom told me all the time growing up when I was a kid, the first 18 years of your life are the best parts of your life.
Yeah.
It is the most freeing, most free. Like, you don't have to worry about having a job, bills, all that other crap. It's amazing. Don't wear it out. Don't let it fly past you, wasting all your time overthinking about getting to the next step or, you know, being in this chapter of your life where you're fitting in with everybody or everyone likes you or whatever, because this is passing by you so fast and you're going to blink and you're going to be 25 or something, you know?
As we have.
Yes. Yep. And I didn't listen to her. I didn't listen to her. And
obviously you're not.
But here's the deal. No one can do it.
No.
Like, no one.
You can't understand it.
No kid can understand that.
Until you've experienced it.
And then you look back and then you're like, fuck, dude.
You're like, fuck, it was like that.
Yeah, it was the greatest time.
Yeah.
So fun.
Yeah,
it was
amazing.
Yeah.
And, you know, you look fondly at it. You know what I mean? Because it was amazing. And, you know, it wasn't, at the time, if you went back in time and you visited yourself experiencing it, that person wouldn't feel that way.
Yeah.
But you looking back at it, see it as that. And you can't really, like, put that in perspective. Because it's too big picture.
It's way too big picture.
Yeah.
Looking back on all of it.
Because there's so much stress, the opposite of gratitude. There's no time for anyone, and it's never even talked about, like, how people should be so grateful. You know what I mean? Or how young kids should be so grateful for living in a time to where we don't have a Great Depression going on. We don't have, like, people waiting in front of stores for, like, food stamps and food and all that kind of shit across the nation type shit. I know people experience hard times and shit happens, especially if, you know, you're not dealt the right cards in life. But generally, in the country that we live in, like, life is not too bad.
There isn't. It's not like
it
a
gets
crazy
bad when
crisis.
You are on your fucking phone and you see what's going on.
Right. It's just like the news.
Yeah, because
like
it sells. So I mean, I think really when it comes down to it, like, I just want my kid to, like, be able to be present. You know?
Yeah. Whatever's gonna get them to that. Because, like, I understand playing video games is important to you. Like, I would understand that because I was there.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little harder for someone to understand that didn't grow up in a similar generation. Like, you know, our parents, like,
but I feel like they didn't play
video games. It wasn't that easy to understand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it, you know, we're lucky enough to where, like, they you know, gave us grace with that. Did. But, like, it's just something that I look forward to doing too, like, because I feel like when you have kids, it's like when you get kind of you get that feeling again, just because you're watching your own, like, yourself experience it again, because you know it's an extension of you. So that'll probably be good. That'll be fun.
Yeah, I
want to let my kid enjoy that.
Yeah.
You know, without hindering it too much.
No,
right?
I don't want to live through my kid and like force a reality on them.
Right, but you just watch them experience similar things that you've just normal being a kid type shit. You know?
Yeah.
And it's probably gonna be nice.
Yeah, man.
Because you're like, damn, I remember that, and he's gonna remember this or whatever.
Right.
It'll be that'll be fun.
What would be one? I know we've talked about it, but Colton, I wanted to ask you this, but you weren't there that day. What is, like, if you were able to go back in the time and talk to 15-year-old Colton, like 15, 16, actually it doesn't matter what age, but whatever resonates mostly to you, and you could give them one piece of advice, not like saying like, oh, I had this one regret, you know what I mean? But more like, if you could give them one wisdom piece of advice, like, what would it be?
I think it'd just be exactly what we're talking about. Like,
Just like being present.
You don't have to have anything figured out. Like, I'm 24 and I still don't have anything figured out. You know, like.
Right.
And I think, I mean, it's almost cliche because you hear people say it all the time, but when you're like a kid or a teenager, like, you almost feel like you're never going to get older.
Yeah.
So looking forward to being older almost doesn't feel real because you don't think you ever will.
Yeah.
And even, like, we're all still very young in our early 20s, mid-20s for some of us. And and now I'm looking back and it feels like I was 15 yesterday.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's just gone so fast.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just about enjoying it while you can. You know?
Because the more shit you have to worry about, the faster life feels. So naturally, as you get older, you have to worry about more shit.
On the flip side of that, the more fun you have, the faster time passes.
True.
Yeah.
You know?
But I've really, in the last, 6 months or so, really embraced, like, boredom. Being bored isn't bad.
No.
Feeling like time is going slow is actually a good thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
embrace every second of every
Yeah.
day. You know what I mean?
It's hard to remember sometimes because you have a goal in mind or you have something that you want to experience already.
Yeah.
But nothing's ever gonna beat. I don't think anything's ever gonna beat whatever you're experiencing in the moment, because you're gonna miss it at some point. You're gonna miss it.
Yeah, and I know this is kind of like a flip of the topics at hand right now, but one thing that I can say for certain that I know both of you guys can relate to in your own ways is now looking back at, like, my friend group from the past and where they are today, and those that are no longer my friends that I was really close to in the past, that are just now in their own walks of life and shit. It's shocking to me at least to, like, the way I see it today. Maybe 5 years from now I'll feel different, but it's shocking to me today how so many of them were such different people when they were like 15, 16, 17. And when they hit that age, when they're at 19, 20, 21, 22, some shit fucking changes.
Yeah.
Like, major.
Yeah.
And I know my kids are going to experience that one day too. You know what I mean? They're going to see people changed for the absolute best, either stay exactly the same or just completely go down the rabbit hole and just, like, experience a lot of disappointment. You know what I mean? Overall, a lot of disappointment.
Yeah.
Realistically, that's what they're going to experience.
Yeah.
But I think that's, like, one
Because you
thing.
think shit's gonna stay the same.
You think shit's going to stay the same, but you also hold people to a standard of who they are. But then people go to college. People move. People.
They're kids. They're fucking.
They stuff happens, right? And when you're put in a position to where, like, those friends who used to be around you every single day are now on their own life and journeys, and you guys can't be in the same state forever. You know what I mean? Crazy fucking shit happens. Like, you're a reflection of your reality. You're a reflection of who you hang around with. And, like, that's the most truest shit in the world.
Yeah.
And that's completely evident and apparent when you leave their life.
Yep.
when you're not in it anymore
Yeah.
on the day to day. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It can have like insane effects on who they become as people. So
Yeah.
it's like, I would just encourage like when I have kids one day or whatever, to pay close attention to the type of people that they're hanging around, because eventually they're going to reflect on who they are. Those people are going to become them. You know what I mean? So like that's kind of like a big piece of that too, you know?
I think that's life, though. I mean,
It is life. There's
I mean,
nothing you
we're
can
going to
do
be
about it.
different than in 10 years than we are now.
Yeah.
Whether
Right.
it's major or minor.
But I would hope it would be a recognizable
bad.
different and not a
positive thing.
yeah. It's like, you know, I still know that that's Josh.
Well, you know, I mean-
he's just 30.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
I can look back to myself in high school and see, because I'm pretty different in a lot of, I would say, major ways, but I think at my core,
It's still
I've
Colton.
always stayed pretty true to who I've always been. You know what
I
I
I
mean?
agree
agree.
with that 100%.
I think we
And I
could
can
all
say
say
the
the
same
same.
about
Yeah.
Josh especially. I can't see Josh being 32 years old and much different than who he is today.
Yeah.
I think he's always going to be like unapologetic and just like who he is. And I think that there's like a reason why he is that way. That's like a positive thing. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, no, I don't want to change. You know, I don't
Yeah.
want to change. I just want to evolve like Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
I just want to evolve like Caesar.
Caesar didn't evolve, he took medicine.
That's right. Caesar took his meds and look how he turned out.
Exactly.
Well, I guess
The
maybe it
great
was
leader.
evolution because his mom took the medicine.
That's true.
That's
His mom took
true.
the medicine. He was the first naturally born ape into smartness.
Smart ape, yeah.
Well, I gotta go to work, and the timer is ending. So
All right.
And we are 1 minute past an hour, so
there we
Dude,
go.
we crushed it. And we brought it back full circle to the apes.
That's true. That's true.
All right, dope. All right, guys.
All
be
right.
careful.
I hope
Oh,
you
yeah.
enjoyed this conversation. Be sure to go on Patreon and get the bonus cut
No.
to this episode. It's a $1 Patreon. All right. If you want all
No,
the
be
extra
care-
stuff,
wait.
What?
Watch your hands.
Oh shoot!
Don't-
if you want,
no
if you
one-
want to,
we don't mean this in a bad way.
yes. If you want to watch the exclusive stuff when it comes down to like our scary content, our old the No Ad Show videos, and all the future videos we're going to be posting up on there, as well as access to our public Discord server, join the $5 Patreon. Like this video if you enjoyed it on YouTube. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a comment on what we should talk about next. And I hope you leave this episode and you feel rejuvenated.
Rejuvenated.
Rejuvenated. Rejuvenated. Subscribe to the Patreon. Subscribe to the Patreon. Go to
Subscribe
church.
to the Patreon.
Go subscribe to the YouTube
You're
channel.
not going
Yes.
to live forever. You will die.
You will die. So
You
go
will
ahead.
die.
So subscribe while you can.
Go be of service today to somebody. Go do something.
Go
you piece
take,
of shit.
Go take a kid's phone and smash it.
Smash it. We'll see you guys next episode.